I'm calling provincial governments, federal government to do an inquiry.
That call from Simeon Jakapesh was answered yesterday when the government announced it will hold an inquiry into the experience of Innu children in the child protection system. Premier Dwight Ball says the government will look into why disproportionate numbers of Indigenous youth receive care away from their homes.
We all know that the results are much better when we can find care in communities. That is an objective and a primary goal for the province. Those necessary services are not always available in Innu communities.
The Premier met with 18 Innu leaders, including Anastasia Cupie, Grand Chief of the Innu Nation. She says children lose part of their heritage when they're forced to leave home to receive care.
Our communities, we speak our language, which is Inuimun. We have our own culture. When you take those kids away from that, they could come back losing their identity.
The Premier is aiming to launch the inquiry by the end of September. Avneet Dhillon, CBC News, St. John's. They've been left without homes, but not without hope. The Froude Avenue Community Center is still receiving donations. Yesterday, displaced families were served lunch at the nearby Royal Canadian Legion. Sharon Sims's unit was completely destroyed. She never expected this much help.
It was amazing, because I thought, well, we're on Froude Avenue, no one cares about us, right? But I'm telling you, in saying it all, they all come together.
A week after the fire, residents like Sims are still dealing with the aftermath.
They got social workers down in the centre for us to go talk to. I go down here whenever I'm feeling sad and I sit down and cry, and they listen.
Bob Dawson runs the Froude Avenue Community Center. He says many residents feel like Sims.
They're still, feeling a bit of the pain of what they had to go through and stuff. So in saying that they would be in a bit of a shock.
The housing minister says one displaced family has already found a permanent home. Avneet Dhillon, CBC News, St. John's. They're calling it NOW, Naloxone on Wheels. The program is run by SWAP, the Safe Works Access Program. Manager Tree Walsh says the mobile unit will allow more people to learn how to use the life-saving drug.
Trainers will come to you. It takes about 15 minutes to get trained, and then you'll receive your naloxone kit right there in the van.
The group delivers safe injection supplies and picks up used equipment Tuesday and Thursday evenings. But Walsh says that doesn't leave enough time for training.
On those nights, it's really too busy to take the time to spend 20 minutes with each person. So we decided on Wednesdays to just give out naloxone in the evenings.
Up to 6 people can be booked for Naloxone on Wheels training each Wednesday. Walsh says SWAP was given 400 antidote kits in December. That supply is about to run out, but she says more kits are due to arrive shortly. Avneet Dhillon, CBC News, St. John's.